In the live stream, we were here today at Bear Lake on Barbel, and I am now testing the same spot again, however with the Zig Rig. Yes, when you visit the Barbel, you can actually position yourself here extremely well at the moment. So, one of the classic spots here at the Old Berg at 5563, and then we cast out in front between 21 and 22 meters. You of course know this spot because this is one of the important 3 spots here at Bear Lake. So here, at position 5563, at 21 meters distance, we land up there in this area. And there, exactly here, shaped like a banana, lies a mussel bank. So in this entire area, we have a mussel bank, and at this mussel bank I am fishing right now, however with the Zig Rig. Maybe a barbel also takes the Zig Rig. That can definitely happen. I'm very curious. That would of course also be very interesting. But so far there has not been a barbel included, so we will see whether the barbel also takes it here. If you now, as I said, specific visit the barbel, simply test wheat grain, cheese, honey dough, or also earthworm. And apart from that, certainly the classic baits work, such as mussel, pop-up green, mussel, and fruity boily sinking. So everything that is in this fishy aroma. So straight back out with it, another grass carp already. I am curious. I hope that not such very large grass carp come in here. I am only well on 27 kilograms here right now. Not so heavy. But this here is actually my Copper Lake setup. And the entire setup as it is, I had tested repeatedly in the last days with the Zig Rig also at Copper Lake, and it really worked very, very, very well. Of course with cold water temperatures, with a long leader of 60 centimeters, and now we have again normal water temperatures here. That is why I'm here with 30 or rather 40 centimeters. Yes, and I can also imagine going even shorter on the leader in a moment, so that we are a little deeper toward the evening hours, and also for the barbel, so that maybe we search the barbel a bit more near the bottom. So, we will look at that again in a moment. Up to now it is actually grass carp, grass carp, grass carp, so small common carp so far. ID and grass carp are also included, but I am not necessarily looking for them. They are nice to have. If I wanted them, I would go bigger. At the moment, I am only using 15 millimeter foam. And if I go for grass carp, I take at least 20 millimeter foam or even 25 millimeter. So you can go really big there. That might indeed be another option to go for the grass carp at the Old Berg. They are also currently going extremely well on currant and blackberry aroma. Yes, and here with the setup, I'm now changing the leader length again. So I take 27 kilogram monoline again. I now go down to 20 centimeters, and then we will see whether something works here with the Zig Rig. So, and directly here, continuing on the rod. Yes, the frequency is there, so it's actually not bad at all. You can indeed test the Zig Rig here again and again, and it does deliver in very different fish. But despite all that, I am quite satisfied with what is happening here right now. Here I also go even shorter again. As I said, we are heading into night soon. Here I even go to 10 centimeters, very far down toward the bottom. So, cast out. Yes, I also cast out a feed mix that of course roughly goes in the direction of mussel. This is what the whole thing looks like, corn as a base, then once the river wandering mussel, or in English, the zebra mussel, once feed pellets, of course only nut mix, rice, and mussel sauce as components. And that is actually also the feed mix that I recently used regularly at Copper Lake. Basic koi, mussel, ground feed, and that really worked quite well, so I simply brought it out here with the rocket as well. Yes, as I said, at 21 meters, I'm already quite satisfied. And now the question, of course, is, do the barbel actually bite here? If that works, that would be really nice, because then you would have another component to fish for barbel. What I really have no desire for is having to fish barbel with such expensive baits. I absolutely do not accept that. Maybug larva for such a simple barbel? I absolutely do not accept that. This here is again really nice, simply with mussel green or here garlic pop-up 16 and mussel. That is a really beautiful combination. That makes barbel fishing fun. But this, I must say, I absolutely do not accept. Such an expensive bait that you so rarely get or only buy for gold. To use that for a completely normal barbel, absolutely not. Therefore, I also have to come here with the Zig Rig and test this a bit. I will also test other foam colors in a moment, maybe brown and orange. At the moment, I am using the foam colors black green and black yellow. They worked really well at Copper Lake, as I said. They also work here, however not yet on barbel. Testing continues here, and maybe I will also take a slightly different aroma. There are further fishy aromas. I will definitely continue testing those here, and then I'm curious whether we also get a barbel here on the Zig Rig. Important, of course, is to wait for the morning hours, because barbel naturally also bite very well, especially in the morning hours, and again very well in the evening hours. Yes, this is how it looks right now. If you feel like testing this, also with the Zig Rig, feel free to test it. Also, feel free to write your result below in the video description. I always read everything, and I'm super curious what comes out of it. Testing within the community, especially with the Zig Rig, is super important because the Zig Rig contains so many unknown components. The leader length, that is always important. Then the foam colors are important, and of course, also the dip. And the bad thing is, the dip is not even visible in the records. That is why sharing is so important. And if you have found something, feel free to write it in the comments below. Yes, here it continues right away with a slightly shorter leader now, but again, only something small. I will stay with this small foam size for now. I will not switch to larger foam yet. I first want to know, do fish react here at all? And do they react to the colors and to the aroma? If I then already have small fish, meaning small target fish, I can still switch to bigger. As long as I do not have them yet, I continue testing with small bait. So get to the spot, test, as always. And if you liked the whole thing, leave a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. I like that. And then we will see each other in the next video. Until then, tight lines.